Hey guys,
Hey
happy
everybody.
Friday. It's the crew you love to hate. No, we're not really. You really just love us. But guys, listen. If you don't already know, and I told you guys this morning, one of the reasons that I'm over here literally trademarking every idea. And this winter, when we shut down for the year, I'm gonna have Chanel come over here, Jennifer come over here. We're gonna get us some drinks. We're gonna go through every one of these notebooks in my house. We will
Wow.
pull out all these major ideas and trademark them like Walt Disney, baby. I don't care if they don't get launched until 50 years from now. We're gonna have
That's
a
right.
trademark. And the reason you do that, and I said it this morning, was that you gotta treat every idea like it's $1 million idea.
That's right.
That's because
Don't
it is $1 million idea.
it is.
And you taught me that. You know what I was thinking today, and it was so crazy. I'm really lazy, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm working. Funniest story ever. I said, dang, we need Uber drivers for the gas station. Mind you, I could probably walk to the gas station and back in 30 minutes and be A-okay. But I would pay for that service.
Oh, but let me tell you what I thought the other day. Remember old school, you pull up and they pump your gas for you, you stay in your car.
Right.
Girl with the Pamela Demick, I would pay up to $1 extra per gallon for somebody to pump my gas for me while I can stay in my car, not have to touch that pump, that who did it and what for touched, not
You
have
know,
to
but
count in the elements with the coffers and
yes.
the freezers. Girl, I would pay extra
Me
You
too.
know, coach,
for a
in
certain
some
gas station.
in some states you can't pump your gas. In New Jersey, when you go to a gas station in New Jersey, do not get out of your car because you can't pump your gas. But the last time I remember in Texas, the one gas station in the Austin area that pumped gas, I was pregnant with Wesley. That was in 1995. And I would drive out my way to go to that gas station.
What
Yes.
did Darius say in New Jersey?
In
Yes,
Jersey,
yes.
that's right, Darius. They
And
will,
let me
you
tell you
can't get
though,
out
but
your car.
for real, I don't want to get out of my car right now. So if you're not already out there trademarking everything you got, you better. And then don't say nothing when somebody comes along and ain't did the work and steals your idea. Or really, it's not stolen because if you ain't trademarked it, you
That's
don't
right.
own it.
That's
You know,
right. That's good.
you always talk about that Nick Cannon wilding out stuff, right? And I know it's about to be so wicked what I'm about to say. But I wish he never trademarked it. And I wish I would have took my little $300, $400, $500 and trademarked it.
When you see people, you make the assumption that because they're on TV or because they're famous or because they've made all of this money, that they've trademarked their stuff. There's probably a lot of people even running around these internet streets that ain't trademarked their name, ain't trademarked this. You know, Beyonce and Jay-Z tried to trademark the baby's name, Blue Ivy. And the only reason they couldn't do it is because there was a wedding event planner that was already using the name Blue Ivy. But they said if they create some stuff, they can come in and do a different type. Wait a minute, I'm not gonna give them the goods. You want to know about trademarks? You better
Don't
sign.
give them the good.
Listen, y'all. The class is 99, or you can join the membership for $59.
That's a deal,
That's
coach.
a no-brainer as it relates to protecting your business. Somebody was like, well, I know when you first start, maybe you can't afford to trademark your stuff, then you can't afford to be in business.
What did
And
Darius say?
the more and more this internet gets prevalent.
Did you see Darius?
They're
That's
trying to take a sole or a crab or a
Carol.
carrot or a pound or a cake or greens or a gravy. And he's gonna immediately send you that cease and desist.
That's right.
Y'all are not protecting y'all stuff. And if you create as much stuff as I do, like our meeting with the trademark attorney be so long. It be so much work to do. That's
So
Lulu project. She would tell you, baby, and we ain't even half done.
We ain't even have
And
them.
so
We're just trying to.
I'm willing
I
to
used to have
spend. Go
I
ahead.
used to have a partner when it came down to a business that one of my old business venues, and it failed. But thinking back on things now, I think things between me and my ex-partner would have worked out a lot smoother if paperwork had been into place. So trademarking paperwork in general, because saying that, okay, I'm going to do this now, this is on the to-do list, just like how life happens, things happen in your business too, and those things keep getting pushed to the side, pushed to the side, pushed to the side, and then you're left with that you're left not being completed.
That's
That's
good.
what
Darius, you are so right.
So right.
If
So
you
right.
don't already, and tonight we're going to talk about, because they got trademark attorneys that will charge you as much as $1,500. So tonight we're going to give you some options on how you don't have to pay $1,500. You're going to have to pay,
Yeah.
but you're not
And
going to have to pay $1,500.
and it's
But
going to be so worth it. It's going to be so worth it because this is your future. This is your future between trademarks, patents, copyrights, and contracts. If you ain't got that stuff tightened up, you're going to beat yourself out of money off the
that's
rip.
your generational wealth.
Off the rip.
So you're going to fool around and something happen to you, and your kids can't even monetize your legacy because somebody else has come along and swooped up your intellectual rights.
That's right.
And,
That's
and let me tell you something. Rosa, Martin, Malcolm, Sojourner, all of them didn't work so hard to get our civil rights in order for lose when it comes to our property rights and our trademark rights. So guys, we got to do better about our business. If you haven't signed up already, don't say I didn't tell you so. Number one.
That's good. That's
because
good.
it always happens. Somebody always comes back and say, coach, you remember that time you had that workshop? And let me tell y'all, I only put out there the things that I know I'm going through myself. So I know when I'm finna make a play to do something different in my business, like trademark, I got my major stuff trademarked. But then after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm finna trademark, baby, if the wind blow and I call it a certain name, if I call it Chitty Chitty Chill, I'm gonna trademark that shit for somebody run. T-shirt. And Darius is absolutely right. Come up with an idea, and before you even tell your mama,
oh, that's good.
because I'm not saying your mama gonna run her mouth for nothing, but she might, because she like to talk.
She proud. She proud.
But you might even be at a restaurant and tell your mama, and somebody hear you at the next table. There's this book by Claude Bristol, and it's called The Magic of Believing. And he said ideas are like butterflies. If it landed on you, it landed on somebody else. And y'all know y'all don't like to move fast. So while you pondering and persisting is whether you're going to launch this business or not, you might want to, like Beyonce say, if you like it, then you should have put a mark on it.
That's right.
You should have put a mark on it. If you like it, you should have put a mark on it. Don't care about these.
Hey, TM it. TM it. You got to TM it.
If you like it, then you should have put a mark on it, because anything else is going to be unacceptable and sure. And your story is going to be sad and sure. You can tell your story on social media, and everybody going to chime in about what you shoulda, woulda, coulda, and girl, that was wrong. She did you like that. But at the end of the day, they have the money and you don't.
But you giving them the opportunity to come hear about it for $59. Now I'm tripping off of that, coach. $59.
Here again, you can lead people to knowledge, but you can't make them think. And at the end of the day, because you guys are my community, I feel like I got to do my part to protect my community. But if my community ain't trying to hear it because they think they know better than me, I got to let them make it.
True story.
At some point, you guys got to realize you are in the midst. And if you haven't shared this broadcast, you need to. If you don't want to come, fine. Some business owner near you needs to understand the implications of having a multi-million-dollar idea that is not protected.
That's right.
So maybe you don't believe that your ideas will eventually be worth millions. I do.
I do too, Coach.
I bet you that person who created the damn sticky note didn't think their idea was gonna be a multi-billion-dollar
Yeah, because you know
company.
what you call stole it from them post-it notes.
People
Yeah,
steal.
they
People
came,
steal.
he was trying to make some kind of adhesive and ended up, I'm telling y'all, the people that really started stuff don't always get credit.
You see that question, Coach? What are the terms of the membership?
It says it on the page. You can cancel anytime. Guys, let me tell y'all something. Reading is fundamental. I done got so many questions today where the answer was like right there. And shout out to my team because they do an amazing job making sure that the information, it says right there, cancel it anytime. If you want to cancel before your next payment. If you wait till after your next payment, won't be no refund, but you can cancel before the next payment. So basically, if you cancel within 29 days, you're good. But I can promise you it's going to be so much stuff going on in that membership, you're not going to want to cancel.
That's what I was going to say. You know, canceling is not an option. Canceling is not an option if you want to build
No,
your
yes,
business.
it's an
I
option
know
if
it's
you
an
don't want to
option.
do good in your business.
True story. True story.
Because at some point, somebody was asking me today about finishing an ebook. And at some point, you got to realize that the knowledge that you don't have in your business is getting you left behind.
But like I was saying, we always see it. We see it. There's no convincing y'all. Like either you love your ideas or you about to let somebody else love your ideas.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
we see it around us all the time. How many of us has heard our friends say, OMG, I'm about to start something, and then their cousins start that next week?
I've heard the story. Let me tell you something. And it makes for bitter family members. It makes for bitter friends. But really, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. Because before you told your friend and asked her what she thought about your idea, you should have been talking to a trademark attorney.
That's good.
Before you ran out there in them streets, girl, what you think? You think I should? Is your confidence so low? And I'm gonna go back to what Darius said. Darius said, come with an idea, get a trademark, and then talk to Jesus. He said, don't even talk to Jesus until you have a trademark. You hear me? Don't even talk to the Lord without having a protection for your property. So at the end of the day, if you're not willing to invest 59 or 99 to learn how not to have your stuff stolen from your children, because that happens to Black people all the time. Do y'all know that the man that owned 85% of the state of California was African American? Hello? That's in that book, Black Millionaires, First Black Millionaires. The man that owned over 85% of California was African American before the gold rush.
Wow.
Do you know that when he died, because he didn't have any kids, they went and gave his sister $10,000 for virtually $10 billion worth of land. Let me find his name, because you know it to be historically correct.
You know, there's so much knowledge that's out there nowadays that it doesn't really matter at what point you or what age you decide to start your business. We've heard horror stories, we've heard all of these things, and at this point, even if this right here, getting into this class is going to blow your mind, and it's going to be able to guide you to where you may need to go. So maybe you decide that it ain't the right moment for you right now, but the knowledge.
That's good. And one of the things that you want, you know, as Coach was saying, was if you have an idea, and Darius said this too, protect your property before you run out there with it. You got to get that paperwork in order. And it's a process, but you want to go ahead and get that process started. So when you are ready, it's already done. So guys, go to bit.ly/protect your property. And you can get in the class tonight in one or two ways. You can pay for the class, which is $99, which is a steal, or you can join the membership for $59 and get the class. And then part of there's all kinds of benefits for the membership. If you hit that link, you will be able to go read all of that information. We want you guys to go ahead on and do that now, because we don't want you, it's at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We don't want you signing up at 7:59. And then
that's what they do. That's what they do. His name was William Ledsdorf. And let me tell you what they said. They said that not only was he one of the first Black millionaires, but when he died, his land holdings alone were worth $1.5 million back then.
Wow.
Back in 1848.
Wow.
Said he was the first Black millionaire, the first African-American diplomat, and one of California's Black founding fathers.
Wow. 1.8 million. What would that be equivalent to? Billions?
They said about 30 million today, just his land.
Just the land. Wow. Wow. And they gave his sister $10,000.
Yep.
Wow. Y'all better protect your property. And Coach isn't just going to be talking about trademarks tonight. This is a master class. She's going to be talking about all kinds of protection for your property. And as business owners,
we got some guest speakers to talk about copyright. We got guest speakers to talk about patent. Nunu's going to be talking about their trademark process. I don't know what else to tell you. You think to yourself, well, God got my back. Ain't nothing going to happen to me. But from a biblical perspective, when you know better, you do better. And so when you don't know, you under the hedge of protection. But once you know better and you refuse to do better, what happens to you happens to you. You reap what you sow.
That's true.
If you reap, if you sow, I don't want to sow into my business. I don't want to sow into knowledge. And again, I can't tell you what to do with your time or your money. You may feel something else is more important. I don't know. I can look through most of y'all books and find $59 at the corner of McDonald's, at the mall, at the hair salon, at the nail shop. I can find $59 in your budget. But how seriously do you take your business?
That's good.
That's what I'm seeing with most entrepreneurs, especially when they're new. It's not that they don't have the money. When they say they don't have the money, what they're saying is, I don't really know how invested I am in this business thing. So I'm not going to spend money on that right now. And then you wait until you feel like you're quote unquote taking it seriously. And now somebody done jacked your bag.
Right.
What can everybody that's watching this live, can you guys go ahead and share this with 2 friends who own businesses right now? Because it may not be a message that you want to hear, but you never know what someone else needs to hear and who they need to hear it from.
That's good. That's good. I tell this story all the time, Ebony. It was one share of the broadcast that completely changed my life. And that was somebody sharing Coach's broadcast with me. I listened to her for maybe about a week. I was that person that said, oh, I can't afford. I can't do this. I'm barely paying my bills now. I can't afford this. But I sat down and I figured it out. And I thank God every day that someone shared that broadcast with me, because if not, I would be having to get ready to go to work tomorrow. I would be trying to figure out how to find $59 to go to the workshop. But see, when I got in coaching, that I thought I couldn't afford. Catch this. I thought I couldn't afford the coaching. When I got in coaching, I started making more money, enough money to leave my job. Now that I've left my job, I make more money now than I could ever make over there. They don't even pay the kind of dollars over there that I can bring in here. They don't pay that kind of money.
And
They
see,
don't pay
that's what I don't understand. Without wise counsel, you will never make the level of money that you aspire to at a job or not.
Mm-mm.
And I know it is a catch-22 because you feel that you can't afford, but at the same time, really, you can't afford not to. As much money as we've shared in the last 2 months about grants in this community, about startup capital, as much basic knowledge as we share about what tools to use and what tools not to use, you can't afford to be out there just guessing about your business, because that alone speaks volumes as to what you feel that you're going to reap from your business.
That's right.
So I invest in my business because I expect a big payout.
Well, Coach, I think in one of the mentorship things, you said something that resonated, and I think it resonated with everybody in class this day. And I'm gonna share with y'all a little something. So, Coach said, I think one of the girls was like, after I go to work, I'm tired. And Coach, you was pretty much saying, well, shouldn't it be the other way around? And that's a mindset that we have to get out of that mindset. We're putting our best foot, for another person's job, that there's a limit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're getting home and then we're exhausted and we're tired, other than we at home, we going 100% for us. We get into their job, we over there like, mm-hmm.
And Ebony, though, because it's so ingrained in our culture, had you not paid to learn that lesson, you would never learn. See, coaching is as much about unlearning your bad and your broke habits.
That's good.
As it is as much about learning how to make more money.
That's good.
In 30 days with me, you're going to break so many bad and broke habits. Your earning potential is there. I don't give you that. Deuteronomy 8:18 says you have the power to create wealth. So I don't give you the power to create wealth. That comes from the Most High. What I help you do is unlearn these broke habits that the world has heaped up on you to make you think that you ain't no better than a car you pay for 6 years and a house you pay for 30.
That's good, Coach.
And nobody's educating you on how to get the money to go pay cash for $1 million house, and definitely pay cash for the $20,000 and $30,000 and $40,000 cars. That should be the least of your worries.
That's good.
And so when you get an opportunity to come to a trademark copyright patent masterclass and it's $99, when you don't know no better, you say $99. But when you start to learn your worth, if I said $999, you would pay it, because you would know what is at risk is millions of dollars of your intellect.
That's good.
Because some of them haven't figured out yet that I either have something right now in my mind that's worth $1 million, or one day I'm going to wake up with an idea that's worth $1 million, and I'm going to need to know how to protect that idea. I said businesses are like babies.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a new baby, the same way you would not take your baby out in the cold without something on his head, a blanket wrapped around him, you wouldn't take him out with no car seat. If you protect your new baby, you need to protect your business. bit.ly/protect your property. It doesn't make any excuse for anyone that owns a business or is thinking about owning a business ever in their life not to be there tonight.
That's good, Coach. And
I say, no, now, sometimes I'll be like, oh, y'all need to come. It's going to be good. Y'all need to sign up. I'm about to show out. This to
Always.
me is a non-negotiable.
They're always showing out. You always showing out, coach. But when we were talking about breaking habits, Ebony, I was broke for longer than you've been on this earth. I was broke for 33 years, and it's been in this last year that I've had money to do things with. That's a long time. That's a long time. And that's because of that mindset of working a job. I had lots of promotions on my job, got all these kinds of degrees. Actually, if somebody wants a master's degree, you can have mine, because the education I've gotten in the last 2 years is worth more than that master's degree would ever bring me. You can have it. You can have the master's degree, because, and now I paid a lot of money for my degree. I paid a lot of money for my undergrad, went to private school. Why would we do that and then expect somebody to come teach you something for $29 that's going to free you, or teach you something for a few $1,000s, right?
I'm going to tell you why. Because we have more value in an institution that is set up to suck money out of us, to make us feel, to give us a sheet of paper that ain't taught us shit, to make us feel good about ourselves. Because let me tell you something about what I teach versus what you're going to learn with a degree. What I teach you will feed you for a lifetime.
That's
what
right,
I teach you will retire you. What I teach you will help you build generational wealth. What they teach you will help you go get a job. Sometimes you got to choose.
Well, Nunu, you just said that you know, you had the career and everything. You know, getting out of my parents' house, I had got into the military right away, and the military opened my eyes up and said, "Woo, girl, this ain't the life for you." Woo. I just knew. You know, here I am, this young 23-year-old just getting out the military, and I just knew. The 9-to-5 life ain't for me. It ain't for me. So entrepreneur has always been flowing through my veins and stuff. And you guys, it is so very, very, very rare to find someone who actually knows how to teach you to do exactly what it is that they are doing. A lot of coaches out here, they say that they do, but you get into their courses, you get into their program, and then you're still left asking, like, but how do I do it? Like, can you tell me how to make $1?
And not only that, but having a coach that's passionate about your money, because it cost me 6 figures to go to college. 6 figures to go to college. I spent a large portion of those 33 years paying that money back. But in the last year, I've made more money in my life than I ever have. And I invested in my coaching $15,000. And people like, $15,000? Hell, I paid $100,000 for college and stayed broke. I will pay the 15 and then some, because it got me free. I will continue to move forward and be free. And until you get sick and tired of being broke for over 3 decades is a long time. And then most people nowadays don't even have a retirement plan. So what you gonna do? You get in your business, you learn how to trademark your stuff, and you build your business and build generational wealth. There's a process that you need to go through, and it's not gonna come for free. There's a lot of people that think it should come for free. When I get on the phone with people all the time, coach, you know this, I heard it from you. People start with excuses and why they can't. Well, why is it that you can't, but I can?
I think a lot of it.
I talked to a lady on the phone today, and she said, "Did you say 1,500 or 15,000?" I said, "I want to tell you 2 things, because I said 15,000. I said, number one, until you pay somebody 15,000 for something, you'll never be able to open your mouth and ask for it. There's not a person under the sound of my voice that shouldn't have something for sale for $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $50,000. Because your time, energy, and effort are worth it. And if you don't know how to construct a price tag of that magnitude, it's because 2 things. Number one, you haven't been taught. And number 2, you haven't paid that amount.
That's right.
So it's beyond your scope. It's beyond your sphere of thinking.
I forget what book I read. I think it had to be The Millionaire Mindset. I think that was the first book that kind of blew my mind. And it was all about pretty much our relationship with money. And I kind of learned this throughout life. You ever been out to eat and your bill come back and it's more than your friend's bill, and you're like, oh, it ain't nothing but $100, and they like $100? You know, at the end of the day, all because we might view money one way does not mean that the person that we're communicating with has that same value on money. When I got money in my pocket, oh, who want it? You know, like it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing but something green. Swipe away. So I just think that sometimes that people get into business, and even with pricing their things, people have that doubt of, am I even worth what I'm asking for? And this all has to do with our mindset with money. And we have
to go spend it with somebody else.
That's true, Coach.
When I say, let's talk about it, because I do this with the grocery store. I have to be very, very careful not to look at things as expensive at the grocery store. So let's just say, what was I looking at the other day? Something I was looking at the grocery store, and I was like, oh, coffee. Starbucks has the jugs of coffee, like a 40-ounce, you can get for like $7. And I was like, man, that's kind of expensive. And then I thought about, I can make two $10 drinks out of this one $7 jug. Right? You look at orange juice, oh, it's $4 a gallon. That's high. But you go to IHOP, they want $4 for a cup.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not careful, you will skew prices on things. Why would you think somebody would teach you how to make a six-figure business for $100? That doesn't make sense. But you will go spend $100 on your hair, $100 on clothes, $100 on shoes. You ain't even tripping about spending $100 on a pair of shoes. But when it comes to a $99 class to trademark your intellectual property, you over there talking about, oh, that's high.
You know, Coach, I put out a post the other day asking my community for some what they would like to see in a membership program and what would they be willing to pay. And I had somebody respond that they wanted next level business knowledge, not just basic.
Read that.
And then how much did she say? $29, $39?
I'm like, yeah. All right, next level. I'm gonna teach you.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Because those things were done to me, that was the mindset I had got at that time. It was until I got into the group with you guys that it really blew my mind. Because first, it's hard to find somebody who care about your stuff and don't care about how you gonna feel about them just coming out and telling you, right? And so when somebody comes out and they tell you, some of the times when people talk all that stuff, they don't produce. So you sitting there and you're like, oh. When I get to see how Coach operates, and I'm like, in the back, I'm like, whoa, this is it. This is all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll be sitting here for like hours going like, how should I word this? How should I do that? But I have a community of women who have the same goal in mind. Y'all ever been around a bunch of people that call themselves entrepreneurs but don't know lickety split?
And don't do legally. Don't know legally and don't do legally.
Just a bunch of talk. But when she said that next level knowledge, I had to pay $15,000 for a level of knowledge. There's still even next levels above that I need, right? But once you get into investing in you and you understand and you shift that broke thought that working for somebody else, because for all of y'all that got to get up tomorrow and go to work, whether it's from your house or you got to get out in traffic, you building somebody else's dream. You're not building yours. And you're talking about going to work, and then when you get home, you tired. See, my mindset shift 2 years ago when I was taught to give myself my best, and I started going to work tired. And here's another thing people do wrong is the things that they do, it's not the right stuff. They're not doing the right stuff.
You know, there's so much to learn in coaching, and it really is. But it boils down to understanding that there's even more that you don't know. And so many things you don't know. Like this whole trademark thing, and I call myself being up on game. And I have a way of listening to the alerts that when things start to happen around me, I'm going to check myself. And so I started checking myself saying, alerts, what are you trying to tell me? And what he was trying to say was, girl, you better guard your grill. Because it's about to be so much stuff happening out here in these streets with celebrities and everybody else that you do not want to get caught up in not having protection.
That's good.
And that's the true story, guys.
I like the way you compared it to your property to your baby, nurturing your baby.
Because it is. I mean, why would I get up early, stay up late? It's just like birthing a baby. You got all these ideas and concepts. You got to stay up late, pushing and sweating, trying to get it out in the world. And once you get out in the world and start crying, and it done made its first few dollars, what you gonna do now? You got to nurture it every day. 5, 6. Those people that only touch their business on the weekend, I say your poor baby is bread and bone.
Well, your business is your baby. Because I wake up and I sit right here in this chair all day long.
Hold, please, Coach. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Ebony. We have to take a pause for the cause and give a coaching moment of someone that jumped in Periscope with a link.
Ooh, I like the link,
girl.
Restorehair.com. Okay, Miguel.
Forever. Talking about you, girl.
I know he's talking about me. I know he's talking about me. That's fine.
Miguel, go to this website, Restore Your Mama, because essentially she didn't teach you how to respect women. So go to restoreyourmama.com and ask your mama why you so rude.
Right? And he trying to tell me to restorehair.com, and I took the hair off on purpose, Miguel, but thank you.
Well, you know what? People always assuming stuff about everybody else. If you got time to assume something about somebody else, and you ain't getting no money. And I don't understand why you got these men out here acting like females, complaining about females not wanting to be females. Y'all taking our places.
And you know what to me is, that's very insensitive to do that. And we're not going to give him any more of our time. But you don't know, when you see somebody that don't have no hair, you don't know. I could be sick and not be able to grow no hair. So Miguel, please just go restore your brain or something. But anyway, we're going to go back.
Said so true. I was afraid to charge too much and not sell anything. Got to fix my mindset. But the truth of the matter is, if you could fix your own mindset, it would be fixed already. If you could fix your own mindset, it would be fixed already.
That's good.
And that's where some of the help comes in. That you're not out there struggling, trying to undo something that the world's been doing for you for years. You've got to get help.
And you know what? I'm gonna accept Miguel's apology, because most people wouldn't even apologize, but I accept your apology.
Come back and say something slick.
I know he is, but that's all right. But anyway, that's right. If you could shift your mindset. I couldn't shift my mindset, Barbara. I had a broke mindset. I resigned myself to saying, this is the best there is for me to be broke. And the best I can do is try to either control my bills, control my spending. I thought that was it for me. If we do a vacation, we got to save up for it. And while we on vacation, we got to watch what we spend. Now, I mean, we can't really go nowhere right now, but before pre-COVID, we was jet setting everywhere, all over the country. We was gone, right? Never had that. So I am so grateful for that mindset shift, because once you shift your mindset away from that broke mindset and having broke conversations, and sometimes, not sometimes, that's going to require you to get around a different set of people, because everybody not going to understand your journey. They're not going to understand it. People would tell me, you going to leave that good job? How you know it's good? I stayed broke for 3 decades. How do you know it's good? You have no idea what people are dealing with. And so when someone shared Coach's broadcast with me, so be sure you share it out. It changed my life, and I will be forever grateful, forever grateful, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like. Coach, there used to be times I would, because I couldn't afford to live in Austin, but I worked in Austin, I didn't even have gas to go to work. I'd have to call in sick, right? I would always worry about my car breaking down, right? After I was in
That's the story of my life.
I went to go get me a new car, a brand new car. Now it don't do nothing but sit up in the garage. I don't even have to pay that much insurance because I don't have to go nowhere. You know what? I should go just sell a damn car. I don't even need it.
Just to say you got one.
Right? Just, you never know when I might need it. But see, things change when your mindset changes. And I'm gonna tell you something else, Coach. The more, what I've learned from you, the more money you make, the less you're gonna spend. Because see, I was using money to replace certain things I didn't have in my life. Now I have more money, and I'm not bragging, y'all. I'm not bragging, because I don't have as much as I'm gonna have. Number one, but I am able to do things now that I couldn't do before. But I don't even spend like I used to before.
But guys, let me tell y'all something. That's one of the reasons I created this membership. So you don't have to save up for $59 a month. Go to bit.ly/protect your property and get started today, because weight broke the wagon. And like Angela said, sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. And if you don't believe in yourself, and make sure that you're not talking to yourself about the lies that is telling you, then yourself keep playing tricks on you. Your mind, and you saving up year 1, you saving up year 2, you saving up year 3, 4, 5, 6, and before you know it, you're too tired to do anything but work them people's jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get out there and understand that life is waiting on you to make a move, your money is waiting on you to do something different. Your success is waiting on you to make a sacrifice. And if you could have done it by yourself, you would have done it by now. I wish I could have found me when I was Ebony's age. If I could have found me when I was Ebony's age, baby, you looking at the next Bill, the Black Bill Gates in the making.
Yeah, I got so many ideas.
Because just to even understand the concept of money at that age, and I thought it was something you had to go and work $10 an hour for. I thought it was something that you had to get another job. And if you wanted extra, then you had to work 2 jobs. And at one point, I had 3 jobs. I had a Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., a Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then I had a job where I worked 8 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday. And what wouldn't resonate in my mind is how it didn't have a car, was working minimum wage, barely paying my house note, didn't have no kids, had all my furniture from Runner Center, because I ain't know no better. And I'm thinking to myself, how is these people able to get all this money to buy these big houses and these big cars? And I'm working 3, I literally cannot work another job. I don't have no more time in a day. Once a month, I would take a Saturday off and just sleep all day. How is these people getting this money? Some people said, well, you got to go to college. But I looked at people going to college, girl, and they were struggling harder than me. because
me too.
they was trying to do a little homework too. So, and that ain't the answer.
Mm-mm.
I ended up getting a job. People say, okay, the answer is get a job and get a promotion. So I got a job, went from making, I think when I first started working, we was making $2.80 an hour. Yes, baby, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You better ask somebody. How many of y'all remember that? So when I first started working, I think my very first job, I was 14. We made $2.81 an hour.
Slave wages.
The increase to $3.20.
And that was a lot. That was a lot, Ebony.
A lot, because you could do a lot with $3, baby.
And when minimum, remember when minimum wage went to $3.35?
Then I could buy a pack of cigarettes, a beer, and put gas in my car, and get me a snack for $3.
That's right. What? That's right. That's right.
You give me a $5, man, I could eat dinner, get cigarettes, get beer, and put gas in my car for $5.
That's right.
You know, I just thought about this. So, because when you said that, so back in my day, and we talking about
in your day. When was your day?
Yesterday.
Back in my day.
you talking about last Monday?
Well, you know how everybody's always talking about how the Black communities used to do things together. So back in Detroit, we used to have candy houses, and I'm like, dang, I really wish that somebody would have been with them and said, you need to do this, this, and this, because that is something that, is really missed in a community, is that
the candy house, the pickle house, the snow cone house. Back in Tennessee, we called it La Maesto. And I wonder why they always called it La Maesto, because her name was Laura Mae. Where you going, La Maesto? So I called it the La Maesto. No. Her name was Laura Mae. She had the food and the candy and the stuff in the front. And she slept in the back. Door stayed open literally all day and all night. You just go in there, pick out your stuff, and pay for it. But I say that to say there is such a jump in mindset that you have to take going from 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, even $50,000 a year to being able to make $1 million a year. And if your mind won't make that leap, the rest of you won't either. So it's really all about the jump. Can you make that leap from making little or nothing to making a little bit of everything? And I see the transition is already starting in Jennifer, because everything she look at now, she see money. And that's part of the shift, is understanding everything I do has the potential to make me money. Right?
Mm-hmm. That right there, what you just said, Coach, that right there is a nugget. And I just didn't want nobody to pass over that. Seriously, y'all, when y'all go someplace and y'all automatically can see the value in that, that's when you can get in where you fit in.
That's right. That's right. I never will forget the first trip I took where I met Coach. We went to Florida.
Oh, that's right.
And we flew in, and Coach and them were driving. So we got there before them. And that mansion was so damn huge. And I am not exaggerating one bit. We had to go in a cluster because it was so huge. It took us 45 minutes. 45 minutes to get through it. And I am not exaggerating, Ebony. Not at all. That house was so huge.
I would have had my gown on.
I think it had 3 or 4 kitchens.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Y'all was like, girl, what is you doing?
I
got my phone right here. I'm about to get the angle together.
And we were there for a conference, and the lesson in that was, Coach said, you can afford a house like this. When they got there, we sat for hours in the foyer, and it was like 15 of us. I don't know how, it was a bunch of us. We sat in the foyer talking. The house was so huge. And I'm pretty sure we didn't even cover the whole house because there was probably some areas we didn't even know existed around the corner. You know, it was amazing.
And I asked them, what's the first thing you thought? Was it, I can afford this house, or was it, who paying this light bill?
I think that's what I said. Who gonna pay the light bill?
Because your first
That's
thought
shallow. That's shallow.
be, who's paying this light bill?
Who's paying this light bill? Because I mean, that house,
everybody turning it off like
it would take you all day to get through there to turn everything off. But that house was so nice. We had so many conversations around that big ass table that was so big that I know they had to bring it in parts and put it together. But that's where Coach birthed the BYOB show. That was in November of 2018. And the ideas, you've been there, Ebony, you've heard the ideas she comes up with, and you're just like, oh my God. You know, when we get out of class, that used to be me. We would be in class. I would be in class on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is how I got off my job. I paid for my coaching and I went to class. I would be sitting there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. If I had to travel with my job, I was sitting right there in my hotel room, listening and doing the work and holding on to and doing what I was told to do, whether I understood it or not. And that's how I first got my mindset shifted. And now, when my mindset shifted, then I'm like, okay, I'm working for me. I'm working for me. Forget the state of Texas. You know, back in my day in the 80s when I graduated, it was, you want to get one of them good government jobs. You want to get one of them good government
jobs. Been there, done that. And it ain't as
wonderful. That's what I did. I ain't got that good government job that I thought would never lay off people. I saw 3 layoffs in my 3 decades there. 3 layoffs. What do you do? And I tell people all the time, don't wait until you're in a crisis. Don't wait until you're in a crisis. And right now, we're in the midst of a crisis, but you got to move forward because you never know when your company is going to have to let you go. You never know when they're going to close. And I know there's a lot of parents out there right now because all schools started online, right? So if you have to go
class 2, girl.
Again?
I'm sending my kids.
See, I'm not sending my son because I have a choice. I have a choice. I'm not sending him to school. I'm 52 years old. I can't get him to bring me nothing back home, right? So I wouldn't have had a choice before. In the midst of the pandemic, Coach was coaching us in special sessions throughout at the beginning of COVID. So it was, you know, she's a master business and life coach. You don't find 2 levels like that in coaches. You don't find somebody that's going to jump in and let you get on their platform and talk about anything for that matter, whatever our topic is, whatever we're promoting, she teaches us how to promote, right? And she's always like, because I can remember when I first would start volunteering, I would be so nervous I was going to mess up something. And she would say, you're not going to mess up anything. You can't mess up anything. And volunteering and working in the brand coupled with the classes, that's what accelerated my success. Because there's a lot of people that won't necessarily volunteer because they'll say they don't have the time. I had to make the time because that was an extended education, right? Not just coming to class and working my business, but jumping behind the scenes in a multi-million-dollar business to see how it operates because it's very, very different. It's very, very different. Every day I'm in meetings with Coach and I'm learning something new. Every single day. And if you're saying I can't afford $15,000 for coaching, pay $59, start in the membership, come to the master class tonight and then build. I didn't start off with a $15,000 coaching package. My first class was $59 a week. Go to bit.ly/protect your property. You have the opportunity to have access to that same information for $59 a month. I'm a little bit salty about that. I'm a little bit salty, but I'm not going to be hating on nobody. I'm not going to be hating on anybody because I know the value of it. And people will ask, well, do you think I need coaching? I don't think you need coaching. I know you need coaching. If you got to ask that question, you already told yourself the answer. If you've got to ask, you already know the answer.
Yeah, and also, I understand that it takes different people to hit different points of their life. I know for me, I know that if I want to get somewhere, the best way to go is if you have a leader. You can't be on the football team without a coach. You can't be on a basketball team with no coach. You can't do no sport. And then I wanted to also touch on what you were just talking about. And I remember, like, you were one of the first ones I talked to.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a live with you guys. And after that live, I was like, I think the spirits and my ancestors, I think they trying to tell me something, and then, things happened in my life as to where things lined up. Like a once in the life of the opportunity. And it was like, girl, either you going to do this coaching and you're going to learn how to make your own money, have a legacy of your own, or you just going to be comfortable how you are. And being broke, people tend to forget is people don't like to be broke, but being broke is comfortable.
Oh, that's good. That's true. That's
It
true.
really is.
Yes, because I was comfortable in Publix knowing that I had a budget of $15 and I was going around buying buy one, get one only. I was comfortable holding my breath saying, "Oh, I hope these kids' clothes fit," because being broke is so comfortable. And then, we put this doubt in our head and we think that we don't have time and stuff, and we make excuses. But the truth of the matter is that when I'm sitting in class, I'm not only listening to what coach is saying, I'm looking at what she's doing. I'm also a lot like you, and I'm trying to jump on any opportunity that's going to make me better. Because when you make yourself liable to someone else, then you're forced to have to continue that act. And when you make a commitment and you're starting to do it, if I do it for you, then it ain't nothing for me to go back and do them steps for myself once it's over and done. So all that fear, I put that fear into commitment.
That's good, Ebony. That's good. Because
So
if you can't do it for somebody else, you're certainly not going to do it for yourself. You go do a job for somebody else. Why can't you take some of that same energy back to your own business? So guys, we're going to get ready to get out of here in a few minutes so we can prepare for this course, but there's time. I want you guys to go now and get registered so we can get you processed. We want you to go to bit.ly/protect your property, protect our property. I'm sorry. No, your property. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Protect your property so you can get in this class. And y'all know Coach be showing out. If you've been to any of her classes, you already know it's going to be amazing. If you've not been, then I go get registered. You can sign up for the membership and be in there for 30 days. That membership is going to be hot. That membership is going to be hot. It's the same information that I got early on that helped move me forward. And the thing that you have to shift your mindset into is not just the $59 a month. I want you to think about, let me get in this membership. Let me can so I can move to the mentorship, so that I can move to one-on-one coaching, because coaches need coaches, right? Coach has a coach. Yes, she does. She has multiple coaches, right? Because if you want to keep scaling, you've got to go scale with people. You got to get with people that are where you want to go. She's already at multi 7 figures, right? Now we're talking about 8 figures and up. You're not going to get that at Google University or YouTube Junior College. You're not going to do that. You're not going to get it.
Figure it out by yourself.
Absolutely not. You can't even figure out a couple $100 by yourself.
I tried.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
But I sure did try, and I wasted a lot of time, y'all. When I tell you that it costs, time is money, period.
It is.
How you look at it. So if somebody else already got something that I want, I don't go to the grocery store, because that's not worth my time no more.
Say it again. Say it again. For the
I don't go to the grocery store. Order my stuff on this little bitty app right here, and I'm good to go. I go to my front door and get my groceries. I ain't got time. Time equals money. Therefore, y'all, I don't care if you know somebody. The holidays coming up. $59 for you to invest in you. You worth that $59. And if you over there shaking your head like, I don't know, I got this, you are worth it.
Because you are more than worth it. And remember, I want to take y'all back to January to 2020 when you said this is my year. 2020 is my year. We in August. Where you at? Where you at?
Look, that was mental.
In the midst of the pandemic, and again, I'm not bragging, but because of coaching, because of me doing the work, I am in a better position now than I've ever.
Pandemic. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm over here counting coins, and I love what Coach says. She taught me a long time ago, give your money an assignment. Because she said, Nunu, once that money starts coming in, that's going to play some tricks on you. Yeah. Give your money an assignment.
You're going to feel like you don't deserve it. You're going to feel like you need to pull up. You're going to start feeling bad for people that's broke. But everybody got access to the same savings account at the First Holy Spirit Savings and Loan. Everybody got access to the same, what's it called? Child support. Because we all got the same father.
That's so good, Coach.
Today, if you don't petition your child for child support, if you don't petition your father for child support, and I do, don't be mad at me because my father gave me revenue and didn't give you revenue because you didn't ask for it.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
You know, my generation, we getting up there in age. You know, we
oh Lord, what you saying?
Wait, let me explain.
Your mama.
Let me explain, because you know, my generation, we hitting up on.
I love it. I love it.
And you know, like, y'all remember how it was in your 30s? Like, you realize that you're not young no more. So, you know, it's like I'm battling so many different things because I'm like, I got two people calling me mama. They holding adult conversations with me, and I'm like,
listen to Coach. She said, well, you ain't got nobody calling you grandmama.
Not yet. But looking at where I want my life.
I love Ebony.
How
Ebony act like she's 1,000 years old, girl. I don't even play with her. She's talking about, well, you know, my generation, we getting up in age. What?
But I am. I'm at that age right now where I feel
like you, Ebony?
I either can take.
Ebony, how old are you, baby?
She don't even sound right. She don't even want to say.
Cause I'm about to be 30. You know,
Ebony, I got pants 30 years old.
Ebony, I worked 33 years, nearly 34.
One job.
One job. And I didn't go from job to job. I was at one place. I have one employee ID number. One. I love Ebony.
But y'all, like, I plan on being on somebody's beach at 35 years old.
I ain't mad at you. And you can see, that's the one thing people got to remember is that retirement is not a age. It's a number in your bank account.
That's a true story.
You can go lay down when your account's so safe. The Lord. Right. And so at the end of the day, it is the things that you do every day and your commitment to those things that either makes you eligible to go lay at the beach or makes you go lay up on somebody's job you hate. And it is 100% your choice. It's a choice. So guys, don't miss the opportunity, not just to attend tonight, but to be a part of the membership. It's going to be amazing. bit.ly/protect your property. Grab your seat, get on board, and we will see you guys in about 48 minutes. Love you guys.